for Salman to be 3 generations later, still be a top star, a reigning star, it's not an easy thing. When people say, luck is something that can happen to you, maybe a film or probably for a span of time. But when you stay relevant for decades, it's got nothing to do with luck. It's got purely to do with the fact that your skills, your talent, and your work is being appreciated.
For all film related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Hi Arbaaz, good to see you. बहुत तनाव है वैसे.
Yes, hi.
जिंदगी में ऐसा कौन सा मोमेंट था जब आपको लगा बहुत तनाव है?
अरे बाप रे, ऐसे बहुत है. Constantly रहता है. We keep fighting those तनाव moments. There is never a moment in anybody's life where there is no stress, right? Stress या तो काम का होता है, या तो पैसे का होता है, या तो रिलेशनशिप का होता है, या तो हेल्थ का होता है. वो चलता ही रहता है जिंदगी में. कभी आप एकदम ही सारे एस्पेक्ट्स पे होलिस्टिकली बिना तनाव के रह नहीं सकते. The point is to constantly balance everything, Yeah.
So how are you when it comes to dealing with tanav?
I'm pretty good actually. Maybe, and I've learned that very early, because there was a time in my much younger years where I felt a lot of stress for a lot of things. Because when you're in your early 20s, you have to think about कि आपका career कैसे होगा, life कैसे जाएगा. तो वो एक inherent एक stress होता है. फिर वो धीरे 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 acceptability आती है कि भाई क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, और कितनी चीजों को आपको नजरअंदाज करना है, bypass करना है, and be happy with whatever is coming your way, and look at the nicer things in your life than not what, or the things that you have rather than what you don't have. तो वो एक ongoing process होता है जिंदगी के अंदर, और वो धीरे धीरे आपको सिखाता है कि भाई you just have to go on, keep working, keep doing, keep learning. So I guess that's the phase that I was in at one time, and now I just accept a lot of things, and just move on.
Awesome. Now coming back to Tanaav, it's the remake of Fauda. So I mean, and also the concept is very universal, because I had spoken with the actors of Fauda. They said this is happening everywhere. It's the same story.
Right.
You just need to change the characters and the geography. So what was it like playing, because you are one of the special force, members in this? What was it like? What was the whole experience like coming on board?
So it was fantastic, because I happened to see the show during the lockdown, fauda, and I really enjoyed the show. This is one of the shows that I saw 3 seasons at one go, and abhi 4th season unka bhi chal raha hai. But मुझे बहुत पसंद आया था, and I constantly felt, that we should also be doing stuff like this, because OTT in India is like very in its infant stages. We've just started doing work in the last 5-7 years. OTT के हमारे shows बन रहे हैं, तो हमको कुछ बहुत अच्छे shows भी बनने हैं हमारे. We've done some really good shows, but I think there's a lot of scope to do much bigger and better concepts and shows. And a show like this would have been really good to be done in India. So I was always hoping कि ऐसा एक show बनना चाहिए, और मुझे अच्छा character मिलना चाहिए, because this is very up my alley. The kind of roles that were there, I could have suited quite a number of roles in the thing, but the role that I got offered was a fantastic role. And yes, we worked on the look, we worked on the attitude, we worked on the way this guy is going to talk, walk, everything, dress up, and we locked that thing with the director and performed it, and we are very happy with what the result is.
And also, Arbaaz, the fact is that you have done films, you have your own production company, you're also on the digital space. It's like kind of reinventing yourself. Do you think that films mein, people tend to get typecast and restricted and put in a thing, and when you try doing something different, there'll always be that anxiety about whether people will accept you or not. But OTT has kind of cleared that thing about ki kuch bhi kar lo. It's like a platform where you can experiment and see if it works.
Absolutely.
Maybe next time I'll do something different.
No, OTT is quite a actually boon actually for what has happened. Lockdown में ये चीज मतलब ज़्यादा evident हो गई कि भाई this is quite the future and it's here to stay. OTT will only get bigger and better for sure. I'm not saying that cinema will stop to exist or not be as big. It'll probably get bigger, and the canvas is going to get that way. But OTT is now here to stay for sure. And OTT allows a very different kind of expression of filmmaking, right? There's a little more time to do things, to express yourself as a creative person, maybe even as an art director, as a DOP, as an actor, as a writer. You get more time to build your characters. You get more time to show tell your story, and you get more time in terms of your nuances in as an actor, because there is that little luxury of time and space. So it's a very different format, and I think that is good, and people have started liking it. फिल्में like let's just say ad में आपको 30 seconds के अंदर आपको एक story, एक moment convey करना होता है. फिल्म में आपको शायद 2 घंटे 2.5 घंटे मिलते हैं आपको एक कहानी बताने के लिए. वेब सीरीज में आपको 10 एपिसोड्स मिलते हैं. आपको मे बी एक एपिसोड में आधे घंटे का एक एपिसोड होता है, कभी 40 मिनट का होता है, कभी 1 घंटे का होता है. तो आपको समय मिलता है आपकी कहानी को प्रॉपरली layers wise दिखाने का. तो that's a very good thing and people like that.
Also, the thing is, you do understand that blockbuster is very synonymous with your family, your 3 brothers, and also from the time that your dad was writing, वो blockbuster नाम जुड़ गया आपसे. But आज के दौर में, how difficult is it to make films? Because सबको लगता है बॉक्स ऑफिस और नंबर के चक्रों में कहीं कंटेंट कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो रहा है, कहीं बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर है. आपको क्या लगता है, is it more difficult to make films than it was back in the day when the audience was a little more innocent?
See, I think making films was never easy, right? It's just that there were fewer avenues of entertainment to be consumed. तो पहले क्या होता था कि भाई हमारे पास सोर्स ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट सिनेमा ही होता था. तो हमको अगर फैमिली इसको कहीं ले जाना है या कुछ दोस्तों के साथ कहीं जाना है, तो हमारे पास कोई मतलब उस टाइम पे कोई लाइव शोज या कोई टेलीविजन पे कोई ऐसे ज्यादा का ये नहीं होता था, ओटीटी नहीं होता था, तो हमारे पास सिर्फ फिल्में होती थी. तो फिल्म, बट नाउ वी गॉट चॉइसेस, दिस इंस्टाग्राम हो गया, यूट्यूब हो गया, ट्विटर हो गया, एंगेजमेंट्स बहुत हो गए. पहले एंगेजमेंट्स नहीं थी, वी डिडंट नो वेयर टू यूज आवर टाइम. तो जब समय मिलता था तो लोग फिल्में देखते थे. तो अभी इस वजह से द फिल्म्स यू हैव टू अप द गेम ऑन दैट, कि अगर आपको लोगों को घरों से थिएटर लाना है तो उनको आपको कंपेल करना पड़ेगा आने के लिए, क्योंकि आपको प्रोडक्ट को बहुत अच्छा बनाना पड़ेगा. क्योंकि पहले तो उनके पास बाय डिफॉल्ट चॉइस नहीं था कि सैटरडे संडे को क्या था करने के लिए, चलो यार कोई फिल्म देख लेते हैं. अब वो ऑप्शन वो हट गया है. वो ऑप्शन अभी आप घर बैठ के आपके पास नेटफ्लिक्स है, अमेजॉन है, सोनी लिव है, आपके पास इतने अच्छे प्लेटफॉर्म, हॉटस्टार है, कितने ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स है जहां पर आपके पास इतना कंटेंट है, आप कभी भी चूज करके आराम से घर पे भी देख सकते हैं. फोन पे आपके पास कंटेंट अवेलेबल है. आपके नेबरहुड में कोई थिएटर चल रहा है या कोई लाइव कोई परफॉर्मेंस चल रहा है, स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी चल रही है, इतनी चीजें आपके पास अभी अवेलेबल हो गई हैं देखने के लिए. अच्छा, दुनिया भर का भी मटेरियल अवेलेबल है आपके पास जो पहले नहीं था. तो अब इस दौरान इस समय में आप क्या कर सकते हो जिसकी वजह से लोग आपकी फिल्में देखें. तो इसीलिए, एंड दैट्स नॉट अ बैड थिंग, बिकॉज क्या होता था, मे बी वी वर गेटिंग अवे विथ not very good or very worked out films, कि भाई अब वो we have to up our game. Now it's like कि एक जमाने में, let's just say क्रिकेट का मैं हमेशा एग्जांपल देता हूँ, एक जमाने में हमारे पास एक ही टीम थी, हमारे पास कुछ प्लेयर्स थे. अब हमारे पास बेंच स्ट्रेंथ हो गई है. we've got कि भाई अगर आप परफॉर्म नहीं करोगे तो ये हमारे पास विंग्स में ये बैठा हुआ है, ये कर लेगा. तो आपको अगर टीम में रहना है तो आपको ये परफॉर्म करना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आपके ही कैटेगरी के अंदर 5 लोग बैठे हैं. तो सिमिलरली यू कैन पुट दैट थिंग इनटू फिल्म्स, लाइक कि भाई अगर आप अच्छी चीज नहीं बनाओगे तो ऑल्टरनेट एंटरटेनमेंट और ऑल्टरनेट चीजें पड़ी हैं देखने के लिए.
Absolutely. And now Arbaaz Khan Productions is also coming up with something very exciting called Patna Shukla. And like, how's that going and what was the idea behind that?
जी. Yeah, so I've announced the film Patna Shukla, and we go on floor on the 8th of this month, November, and I'm shooting it pretty much in one go. By December end, I should have had the film complete. And it's a very interesting concept subject, and I've got a very lovely cast. I've got Ravina, I've got Manav, I've got Chandan Roy Sanyal, and Satish Kaushik ji, Jatin Goswami, and Anushka Kaushik in it, and a very good technical team that is there. So I'm really excited about this film. and looking forward to it. It's a story I wanted to tell, and yeah, so we've gone floors in the next week actually.
वाह, अब घर में दो प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस हैं, क्या डिफरेंस
दो
है
नहीं
दोनों
है,
में?
ज्यादा है, दो नहीं है। सलमान का एक है, मेरा एक है, मेरे छोटे भाई का है, मेरी सिस्टर का है। We've all got separate production houses. We all make, our own movies that we want to do here.
I mean, do you like there is like a dining room chat कि मैं अब ये कर रहा हूँ, this bouncing तुम ये कर
Yes.
लो?
Yes, we do. See, even though we have got very, I would not say very different taste, but we've all like to tell different stories. So if you see my younger brother, he's made so many films. He's made Ozar, he's made Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya, he's made Hello Brother, he's made so many films. And I have made 4 films. I've done 3 Dabangs and 1 Dolly Ki Doli, and now I'm doing Patna Shukla. My sister has made a couple of films. And right now she's in the process of making a film. She's launching her daughter, and so we are constantly doing things. Salman has been doing his own work. He's done his own films. In the past, yeah.
When do we see the Khan brothers coming together again? काफी अर्सा हो
I
गया.
hope so. I hope so soon, because we also have quite excited about working with each other. Whenever we do work with each other, I think we are very happy with those products. Like whether it was Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya, or whether it was the Dabang, or whether it was like me and Salman have worked on a couple of films in Garv and so many other films, together. So yeah, we do look forward to working with each other.
Awesome. And जैसे आपने दबंग की बात करी, it was one of the most popular franchise. अभी एनिमेशन भी देखने को मिलता है हम सबको.
जी.
Where do we go from here? How difficult would it be to make a Dabang now compared to then?
I think it should not be difficult. It's just that we should be a little more mindful of the fact, because we've already got the audience. We already know that the character is loved. Now the onus lies on us, so that we kind of keep that, whatever the public feels about our film, and whatever it feels about our characters, to give them what they expect. For which there is a little bit of course, a lot of thought process and hard work that goes into it. And we should be mindful of the fact that we cannot dish out anything. We just can't put a number like Dabang 3 or Dabang 4 and think that it's going to work. It doesn't work that way. So when we come up with 4, I think we'll be very, very conscious about where it has to move now, because Dabang 1 and Dabang 2 came pretty close to each other, and they both met with huge success, in terms of box office returns. Dabang 2 was a bigger success than Dabang 1. Then Dabang 3, we didn't meet with the kind of expectations that we had. But now if we do Dabang 4, we've got to be very careful of what we are doing, because the franchise is very close to our heart. And it's also a very loved franchise. It's a very loved character, Chulbul Pandey. So if we are doing it, we should put in more than 100%, before we release it.
And lastly, जाता मुझे ये बताओ, you 3 brothers have created, like they कहते हैं ना, एक अपनी legacy बना ली, like a little kingdom amongst yourself. What do you think has worked? Because I have not seen that kind of fandom and love and reverence that comes. I mean, honestly, and to stay so relevant for over 3 decades.
Oh, I don't. I think some of it is not some of it. A lot comes from the fact that our father has been a very, very big contributing factor and influences in our life. Each one of our lives. I think we've all looked up to him. He's been somebody we've really hero worshipped, and we've idolized, and we've learned a lot from him. He's been quite a mentor in our early years. And even today, whenever we come to a scenario, personally, professionally, we get stuck on certain things. And I think his experience and his advice really works wonders for us. So some of that, some of those values, or some of those points that are important as a filmmaker, as a professional, have come from him. And we've tried to, incorporate and imbibe those things in our lives. And we've tried to be as updated or relevant, because times change, generations change. And it's very, like you said, it's for us, for Salman to be 3 generations later, still be a top star, a reigning star. It's not an easy thing, when people say, luck is something that can happen to you, maybe a film or probably for a span of time. But when you stay relevant for decades, it's got nothing to do with luck. It's got purely to do with the fact that your skills, your talent, and your work is being appreciated.
And Jata, what about the new generation? Son, shown any interest in doing films or no?
So my boy at this point in time is studying in Long Island, New York, a film school. So he's in his second year, and in his second year, first semester, and he's really enjoying his time there. I was a little, I would not say skeptical, but I was a little worried because sometimes coming from a little protected atmosphere, just suddenly throwing him into the deep end and saying, "Go now, be by yourself and learn." And that's an experience, I was a little worried and scared, but he is loving what he's doing. He's made new friends. He is liking his independence. He's learning. And, so I'm quite happy and proud of him. And I'm just looking forward. He'll be coming in the next month and joining me on my film because he wants to also learn on the practical. Yeah. And in fact, before he went for this semester, he was on Karan's film also. He did about almost 20-30 days of being an assistant and just being on the sets, and he's excited about being on my film now because he'll probably be at the fag end of my film because my film starts now, but it comes in the first week of December, and I'll still have about 15 to 20 days of work remaining on my film, so he'll join me in the last stint of my film.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
For season 2, and all the very best for Patna Shukla. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arbaaz. Take care. Bye-bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.